The Democratic Party is not the lesser of two evils. The Democratic Party heading to the midterms are running on, oh, I'm not soft on crime. The Democratic Party is supporting the police state. You probably listen to our Ukraine, Russia coverage, and I see white liberals, especially on Twitter, reacting to the clips I put out in my tweets. They say, oh my God, you're a Putin sympathizer. I've been clear from day one. I do not care about Putin. I don't care about G in China. I have one enemy. My enemy is clear. I got laser focus. It's our fascist regime. The United States regime that imprisons 1/4 of the world's prison population is my enemy, not Vladimir Putin. That is not up for debate. Crime war, white liberals. I know who my enemy is. So while they're trying to fund the police more, they want to convince me that some leader I can't hold accountable that's doing nothing to me is my enemy somehow. So I'm gonna play this video, and I'm warning, this is a tough video because I'm gonna show you guys how this guy said America is terrifying. This is the reality of what the working class go through.
Hey Nick, I'm gonna mute my headset for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Any reason why you're rolling the window up when I walk up to this car?
No, sir.
You had been driving it down for the past mile.
I just rolled it up.
All right, step out of the car for me. Step out. Do not shut that window. Open it now. Step out. Right here. Face that direction. Face that direction. Put your hands right here behind your back. Don't move. You understand? Why are you acting so suspicious? Well, you're rolling your window up when I'm walking up.
Why are you acting so suspicious? He's acting suspicious because he rolled his window up. And remember, in the regime known as the United States of America, if this guy mishears any of these the many directions that the cop is repeating at him, if he doesn't do any of these directions right, according to the right wing, the police have the right to kill him if he get any of these directions wrong. That's what they believe in.
On scene for a routine traffic stop. Ain't nothing going on. You roll your window up. What does that look like to me?
I mean, I'm just rolling it up because for my safety.
For your safety?
Yeah.
So to be clear, if you don't understand, he pulled this guy over because he rolled his window up. So in the land of the free, the police can pull you over, check you, and they have probable cause because you've been suspicious because you roll your window down. Do you guys understand why black people get stopped like 8 times more than white people? And why the police occupy our neighborhoods? And the same thing that this fascist Karen cop that we covered before, she said if she wants to pull you over, if she wants to fuck with you, they can find a reason. So we have this institution that's been infiltrated by white supremacists that work on behalf of the prison industrial complex to find cheap prison labor, and they find black people and they pull us over for no fucking reason. I know. I remember I was hanging out with my friends one time. They pulled us over because they thought we were drag racing. Someone next to some random stranger they thought we were drag racing. Just check to see if we had a warrant or not.
Nothing. I rolled out my window.
Take off.
That's my dad.
Oh, sir. Yeah.
I rolled out my window.
320, give me a unit code now.
And he got mad because I rolled out my window.
Step right here.
I rolled it up.
Separate your feet.
That's what happened, huh?
Yeah.
You're about to be arrested for blocking the roadway if you don't park and get out.
I rolled
Park over there.
I said I can. It's my right.
You are interfering with my job. You need to go park over there.
I rolled up my window like you said. It was my right to roll up my window.
No, it's not.
This cop said it is not his right to roll down his window. Look at the power trip. Look at the kind of person it takes to be a cop. And now it gets worse as the video continues.
And now you're taking away. Just watch him.
Must be what? Must be stand here?
Yep. But yeah. Arrest him.
Or what?
Put your phone down.
Blocking the roadway?
Put your phone down. Turn around.
No, man.
Nope.
For what?
Hey.
What? Hold on. What am I blocking? I'm not
Put your
blocking
phone
any
down.
roadway.
Nope. Enough.
I am not blocking a roadway.
Put your phone down. Put your hands behind your head.
Hey, run!
Does it look like this man on this sidewalk blocking the roadway? The cop they started arresting this guy because they were filming him, filming the cops, and the cops know they are wrong here. When the cops say you don't have the right to roll down your window, they know what they are doing. Do you guys think they're just getting this wrong? The cops know exactly what they are doing. They are a gang. They are thugs. They know what is going on. That is why you had Eric Adams, who is pledging that he want to get rid of people's ability to film police officers in New York. Stop giving these people the benefit of the doubt, and it gets worse. Trigger warning.
So I hope you got this on video. This guy's arresting me for just standing here, and now he's taking my phone away.
He's taking his phone. He's taking his phone away because he know he got damning evidence on him.
Dude, oh my God.
Hey, you're gonna,
Dude, what are you doing?
you're gonna get sprayed. Okay,
I'm
put your hands
spray,
down.
spray, spray. God, spray. I'm not even doing anything. Get out of here. Just get the
323, need more unit, run code.
Dude, what the heck? Man?
Stop!
Stay away.
This psychopath tases this guy while he is on the ground. Not because he fears for his life, not because the guy's a threat, because he's sending a message. How dare you question the police? How dare you film us? How dare you oppose your rights on us? So they respond, and you know for a damn fact, if it wasn't for videos, they would lie on the police report. They would say, "Oh, the reason why we tear gassed him because he was violently resisting us." The reason why the dad we was gonna leave him alone, but he dashed at us with a knife." That is shit that you would say before body cameras. And I'm gonna show you guys this because I'm showing you guys why, as a working class, we should have no tolerance for these fascist occupying thugs in our community. And these are the people that the Democratic Party about to get 100,000 more on the streets, about to fund the police even more. So apparently, if only the cops had a little more training, had a little bit more money, they would have handled that situation better. So another point I want to make, because this also have a highlight part of this. I want to shock you guys first with that video. But I'm telling you guys, we are winning the public discourse. Do not let the mainstream media headlines trick you. Do not let TYT trick you. Do not let the Democratic Party trick you. There are these headlines. Let's see if I can find one, because I see quite a few of them. All these headlines saying the defund the police movement is dead. And they use the Democrat support for defund the police. And they are, well, the Democrats abandoned the defund the police movement, so the defund the police movement is dead. The reason why I'm showing you guys that video is because this stuff is happening all over the country at an escalatory rate. So more people are being radicalized. And if you guys think I'm wrong, I'm gonna show you guys these polls, something that mainstream media would never tell you. DJ, when last time we seen mainstream media actually cover the polling on defund the police? They can't, guys. They've been trying to find every way under the sun to ask this question, and they can't find a way to ask it. And then they always say stuff like, "Oh, do you support the defund the police movement? Do you support Black Lives Matter?" And then people are so
conditioned, tribal too, yes.
And for some reason, they see that on a poll and they say, "No, I don't support it." But then, and I've seen this. This is the third poll I've seen on this. I report on this multiple times. I know if you're new to the show, I'm sorry, if you're old to the show, you see me in my reports. If you're new to the first time you see me do this, I have covered many times how the media has been lying about the support of defund the police. Cal Kalinske fell for it. And I did a segment debunking Cal Kalinske because he did a segment where he's like, defund the police is a bad slogan because only 1 out of 5 Americans support it. He read a bullshit headline that was asking a mostly conservative audience, do you support the defund the police movement? In that same poll that Cal quoted, it showed that a majority of independents and Democrats support defund the police when asked this way. So Alec tweeted out, the results of the Loyola University poll should shake public discourse. It doesn't, and I'm going to explain why it doesn't, because the media keeps hiding these stories. I've been reporting on this for 2 years now. And I'm gonna ask you guys before I read the results here, what left policy idea? And we have a long, and I am not trying to misrepresent this. We have a long way to go on criminal justice and defund the police. That's why I co-founded 10 Demands, and that's why I'm into activism. We got a lot of work to do. But what policy demand have you seen going from negative 35, which was recorded in 538 at the beginning of the George Floyd protest? It went from that to now he got majority support in 2 years. CJ, what policy have you ever seen do that? You guys know
Never.
how long, do you guys know how long
With the propaganda. This is with intense
Yeah,
propaganda.
with all the propaganda, single payer has been in discussion for decades. It's popular, but it took a long time. The issue of housing, we're still not there yet.
Yeah, we're not.
Minimum wage is now supported, but it was a long fight to get people to support that. LGBTQ rights took decades. Like, there's so many examples of long fights. The defund police movement got serious in 2020, and then public support shifted so fast. I still can't believe it, because I remember when I first covered this on the ground, I was telling people, like, when I first covered the poll, the 538 poll, where we was deeply underwater, I was telling people, like, I know this is bad news, I know this look bad, but we can't lose heart. We just got started. Maybe in 5 to 8 years, maybe in 5 to 8 years of hard work, we can get popular support. Nope, 2 years. I was underestimated. So let me read this, because just in case for people only listening. 63% of conservatives, 68% of moderates, 76% of liberals support reallocating parts of LAPD's budgets to social workers, mental health care, and other social services. So pretty much what we are asking for in 10 Demands, part of our abolition project. That is exactly what the defund police movement is asking for. And I'm telling you guys, every single poll where they ask people this specific question, the results is always like this. And Alec later covers, just because I want to speed my coverage of this up, the media always cover this up. This was the headline of the article of the poll we just read. They said most people in Los Angeles has a favorable view of the LAPD. Because they had one question, they said how you view the LAPD, and I guess it said majority said favorable. So according to the poll, people are like, oh, well, I guess we view them favorably, but let's defund the motherfuckers. You can't find it in the headline anywhere. You had to dive into this to find that. So you had the Democratic Party in the midst of this. Just be real quick. I'll quickly wrap this up. They all
no problem.
They all pledging to increase police budgets heading into 2022, while you have this massive energy against the police state and the massive propaganda that try to convince people that this is the wrong move. And videos like I showed in the beginning is why. And I want you guys to understand that this prison industrial complex is built by the Democratic Party, maintained by the Republicans. Jim Crow Joe built the system, and Democratic senators take more money from police than Republicans do. The LAPD is ran by Democrats. The NYPD is ran by Democrats. Eric Adams is a Democrat. Amy Klobuchar take the second most money from police in the Senate, and then she failed to prosecute Derek Chauvin years before she killed George Floyd. So people keep talking about the issue of white supremacy, and they talk about only Republicans. They talk about, oh my God, the Republicans are unhinged police state supporters. No, it's the Democratic Party. Joe Biden took COVID relief money and gave it to the cops.
To the police, yeah.
But, hey, Crystal Ball gonna tell you to vote for the Democratic Party because, hey, we get some labor action.
I mean, 1994 crime bill, Democrats, welfare reform completely changed it when 70 some odd percent of the recipients were children. They changed it. Democrats, like these things that they don't understand this whole game that is being played by the ruling class is for the Republicans to flash to get you scared, just for the Democrats to execute the same plan. You see, it's one ruling class. They don't have different plans of execution. I'm sorry, they don't have different plans to be executed. They just have different teams that's going to execute the same exact strategy. I do. Do we have a lot of super chats? Do you know?
We gotta do super chat soon. I see this comment. This comment's hilarious.
I was gonna say I do have another thing. Yeah,
I'm gonna answer this quick criticism. Wow, you're really disingenuous. Defund the police is a different message entirely from reallocate funds. So if you take funds from the police and take it to social programs that which results in them having less funds, which means they can hire less police officers, you did what to the police? Let's think about this. So Republicans do this all the time. They take funds from education and then they use that to fund their wars for corporate tax cuts. And then they, by default, defunded education. So while Republicans are pretending that defund the police is a radical idea, they are currently defunding education.
Right. They're doing
so
it
it's
now.
not our fault that so many dumbass Americans did not understand the ask. When you look
they understood it. They understood fine. So how did they magically understand it when Trump got raided by the FBI? Well, how did they magically now know what defund means? Because they was all saying defund the FBI. So that was all bullshit. But here, this is the part I wanted to. This is the reason, because maybe that comment was just saying, let's stop using defund the police and let's use reallocate funds. That can be co-opted up the yin yang.
Exactly.
Reallocate funds.
Yes.
Okay. And so let's talk about a thing called recuperation. This is literally the reason that those who claim, oh, I'm for it, I just don't like the slogan. This is literally the reason they want to change. It can't be co-opted. It can't be what's called recuperation. Exactly. Defund the police, that can't happen to that phrasing. There's no way to change that to mean anything else. That's why they need that slogan change so it can be co-opted. They can't co-opt it until the slogan change. This is the reason why we have to keep our foot on the pedal of the word or the phrase defund the police.
You're on point. We're gonna explain this, and I'll pass to you after that. We're gonna explain this more on our 10 Demand segment on the Activist Summit. But when you look at our 10 Demand program, we have a whole step program how this works, and this is why they're trying to stop us from using the slogan defund, because it's part of our program. So if you defund the police and you give money to social programs, which is the ass, which is why that poll show people support defund the police, because that's what we want to do. First, you decrease the amount of police every year. We outlined this in great detail in Demands. So we realistic. We understand the path it takes. So you show up every year and you decrease the police budget as much as you possibly can get away with, give it to social programs, then they can hire less police. Then our theory of change, because we believe that by giving people healthcare, housing, and taking care of them, that you can decrease the crime rate. Having an actual functioning society is how you decrease the crime rate. So we take the money from our insane police funding, which is more than every other country spends on military. We take that, invest into the people, decrease the crime rate. This is my 10 Demand sister Zoya. That's the link to see our plan. So once you do that, because we know we are right, because we actually believe in people, we don't believe people are inherently evil. Once we have a functioning society, crime will then decrease. So then when you show up at that board meeting, we say, those 50 cops you kept in this town, why we need them? Why we need those cops? Why we should spend more on education? We decrease the crime rate. So it's a process. People have no idea. It's us. We are tricking the capitalists. We slow rolling people, because people say, well, people are not ready for abolition. Yes, exactly. We slow roll it to you motherfuckers. And then if you look at the rest of our list with police accountability boards, reparation, all this stuff, it all designed to have the transition. So they don't even know our plan, CJ.
Nick, this is what they think. So if you're against this is your logic. You're basically saying, Nick, so you're basically saying people, a community. So let's take the highest crime rate city. Let's say that's Compton, only because I know the city. Let's say it's Compton. If we were to give everybody housing, give everybody a job that paid $50 an hour, gave everybody health care, what would be the need to have armed robbery? What would be the need to what is the purpose of it? You're trying to convince me that a person who has a job, health care, good living, not stressed out because of being overworked is gonna all of a sudden go, I got everything met, but I'm about to go out and start robbing a motherfucker. That's what they're trying to get us to believe. And You see how ridiculous it sounds when you say it out loud?
And the police state ideology is rooted in white supremacy, whether people know it or not. So the idea that if you disagree with my theory of change, that means you're saying that people are inherently bad and they cannot change, even if you provide for their material conditions. So the reason why people believe we need a giant police state in black communities is because they say, even if you provide those Negroes health care, even if you give them food, even if you give them education, those niggas still gonna be crazy. We don't believe that. We are abolitionists. We believe in people. We know that once you provide for people material need, crime will go down. You always will have the insane abnormalities.
Name me a high crime rate city that has high income. Name one. You tell me that the highest crime rate cities don't very overlappingly align with the poorest cities. You can't.